Hey everyone, Carrie Beck here with Family eBiz, where we help families start and scale their businesses so they can find freedom in their life to do the things that they've called to do the things that they enjoy doing. We are going to start working on or going through a short little series on time management, organization, all these things. So many of you have told me over and over, I'm not organized. I'm not focused. I need help getting organized. I don't know what to do first, second, and third. I don't even know what's most important in my business because all these people are just throwing things at me. So we are going to go through and help you simplify some of those decision makings to making some of those decisions. We are going to start right now with how do we get things done? Some time management hacks that I think actually work. So let's just dive into this and realize there really is a struggle. If you are trying to run a business, if you have kids at home or you're homeschooling, if you have a family life or a church life, you are being pulled in so many directions and you don't really know what to do. It is really hard. There was a time I really was pulled in so many directions. I was homeschooling at the time. We had a business to run. I didn't want my kids to see the back of my head pointing at a computer all day long. I had to figure out time management. I also decided I quit all my church programs. Did I quit my life with God, my faith, interacting with people? No, but I was not on a schedule where I had to be at church at a certain time. That gave me so much freedom. And there are seasons of life that you need to do that. So let's talk about some things about time management. It can feel very hard, so overwhelmed. Why are you so overwhelmed with managing your time? Because you have too many hats and you have a lack of structure or a lack of focus, and you're following all the shiny objects. You watch an Instagram reel and they're like, oh, you need to sign up for this. Oh, let me go do that. And then you only get it partly done. And then someone else offers you something. You get an email here, or you're in a Facebook group and they're going to do a special presentation. Ugh, can't do that. You are not really going to you're not going to go anywhere. That is futile. It is an exercise in futility, and that will overwhelm you. There is a term that people love to use, and it is balance. And I believe balance is just a myth. Balance is not the goal. The goal is moving forward all the time. Sometimes there may be a balance, but sometimes, like I said, I completely got rid of church activities and focused on my family and a little bit on business at that time. Now I have a lot more time for business, and family isn't nearby, so it's not a daily thing, but I've gotten back into my church activities. So there are seasons of life, and it doesn't mean that every day and every season the balance will all be the same. I think it's just as important to manage your energy as your time. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like for me, by 4 o'clock, even last night, I had things I needed to figure out. I had emails I needed to schedule, and I just couldn't think. And it was late. It was about 6:30 at night. And I was like, quit, do it tomorrow. And so my energy level had dropped. Did I have time to do it? Yes. But I need to manage my energy and my time and realize that there can be balance at times, but sometimes I have to really focus on one thing. When I have an event, that is my focus for the whole week. And so there is balance at times, but not always. I think we need to have priorities. My personal priorities are my faith in God and then my family. And thank goodness I have a business that I can take anywhere and go help my kids if and when they need it. So let's talk about some time management hacks. Number one, time blocking and theming your days. How do you group the tasks that you need to get done? Do you just have a to-do list and you go through them? Do you focus on something? I don't remember the time period, but if you start working on something and then you change to something else, it will take you 5 or 10 minutes to get transferred. And then if you come back, you've wasted another 5 or 10 minutes. So what do I mean by this? What I mean is like one day this week, I needed to really focus on my Easter launch and my mastermind. And I was like, I'm gonna work on my mastermind, then I'll do my Easter, then I'll come back to my mastermind. I was like, no, Carrie, your Easter class is at 1 o'clock. You get everything you need done for Easter. We're going to batch that. We're going to block that. We're going to focus everything until we're done on that. And so that is exactly what I did. Then I dealt with the mastermind emails and the different things that I needed to send. Another way that you might do this is you may say Mondays are for content creation. Tuesdays are for dealing with my shopping cart, my funnels, my marketing. Wednesdays is social media, or however you want to do it. And then you're focused on one thing for that day. Now, you may have a few other little tasks, but that would be another way that you can truly time block and focus on what you need to do. It is important that you get in a rhythm. And if you do one little task, then you move to another topic theme, you do that one, and then you come back to the first one, the second part of it, your mind is not thinking clearly. So try to block everything that you're going to do today. So let's go back to my Easter one. I had emails I needed to do. I needed my shopping cart. I needed my PowerPoint. I needed my testimonials. I needed my ads. Now, I may have said, oh, I'm going to do these two things now, and then I'll go do other stuff. I think it's better to try to get all of that done at one time because your mind is all focused on that one funnel, that one promotion, that one thing you're going to do. So time blocking and theme days. Next, the 80-20 rule. I'm sure you've heard of this. 20% of your tasks bring 80% of your results. This is just a fact of life. 20% of the people at church do 80% of the work. Amazon, back in the day, in the early days of Amazon, they found out that 80% of their book sales were only 20% of their catalog. So instead of just focusing on bestsellers like traditional bookstores, they leveraged these long tail keywords for these 20% that were their sellers. And then they could move forward and start to dominate the market and grow. And they did this with online book sales and then eventually to other products as well. With your email marketing and sales, common example, 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your email list. Like, look at your email list. How many are customers? Usually a very small amount. And so you look at a small engaged segment of your subscribers, your members, your repeat buyers, your REIPers, the people that take action. Those are the ones that are generating income. So why not, instead of trying to sell to everyone, everything, think about what are the best offers for these 20% of my buyers? Are there special offers? Can I offer personal engagement? Can I offer targeted content to them so that they keep coming back to me over and over again? And then finally, another 80-20 example is content creation and traffic. Generally speaking, 80% of your website traffic is going to come from 20% of your content. You're gonna have great content, but not all of it's going to be the same. So look and see which blog posts, which YouTube videos, which podcast episodes outperform the rest of them, and focus on that and use that content repurposing that I talked about a few weeks ago and repurpose it and promote it. And these will be the ones that will continue to drive the right kinds of people to your website. So we got the 80-20 rule. Time blocking, 80-20, the one thing focus. Okay, you shiny object people, you people that have a hard time. Multitasking kills productivity. You cannot work on this and that and everything else at the same time. I've even gotten to the point I can't even have music with words playing because it just distracts me. I have some soundtracks on YouTube that are just cozy coffee shop music, no words whatsoever. It gives me a little bit of soothes me, but it also helps me be more productive. So when you are planning for tomorrow, so plan the night before, what is that one priority? When I was talking about Eastern Mastermind, one day it really was Easter, and then whatever was left over, I could focus on my mastermind promotion. So one thing. Now, for me, I tend to put 3 things on the next day, so I get those 3 things, but generally speaking, they are one topic, one priority that needs to get done. That's the one thing focus. Now, Number 4, leverage automation and delegation. Hopefully you are automating your emails, you are automating and scheduling ahead of time your social media posts. You are using AI as a delegator. Like even for this particular podcast, I use AI to help me come up with some ideas, and I tweaked it, and then I start to personalize it as well. And so that is a great time-saving tool. I have fallen in love with AI. It has helped me so much. So leverage automation and then also delegation. VAs. You could actually probably afford to hire a VA unless you're making zero. And so I would just encourage you, even if you're on a budget, find a way, like just scheduling social media, train someone. You could get someone from Fiverr, or maybe you have a teenager that you could use and let them help you and train them in doing that. I have several mastermind members that are doing that as well. So time blocking, 80-20, one thing focus, leverage automation, delegation, and finally, if you have kids at home, might be a homeschool parent, maybe they're just little kids. How can you blend business with your kids? How can you blend business with your homeschooling without feeling guilty? I will just tell you the one thing we did. We hired our kids. We paid them very well. Most of the time back then, 15, 20 years ago, we were paying them $15 or $20 an hour, very well. But we got them involved in age-appropriate ways. So sometimes it was just boxing things up and shipping. Some things it was entering QuickBooks and keeping bookkeeping. Some they would grow into customer service, creating websites, doing travel. They have done all sorts of things. Make it a family business. That's what we did. And that really helped because then we are working together as a team. So time blocking, 80-20 rule, one thing focus, leverage automation delegation, and make it a family activity. Those are some time hacks that I think you could easily use. Leave something in the chat, or if there's comments or wherever, which one of these would be most helpful. And pick one. Don't try to do all. One strategy that you can implement. Now, I will tell you, if you have not joined our Family eBiz Facebook, by the time this comes out, we are ramping up that again. It sort of got quiet, and we are going to do some things to encourage that and to share some of our wins and some of our biggest time management hacks as well. So share your struggles and let's see if we can help each other out. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. We'll talk to you next time.